Sonic boom for nothing. Sonic is reborn for the next generation. And this time, speed won't be enough. It'll take an all-out force of nature.
Welcome back to Retro Rebound. In today's video, you guessed it, it's still Sonic Week, so we're talking more about our favorite blue hedgehog. Today we go back to a very special video game. One that is known as gaming's greatest tragedy. Also one that falls into the bin of it's so bad that it's good. And one that is so beloved and people believe in so much in that original vision that fans are going through the effort of remaking the whole game. And that remake does look really good. Yes, we are talking about Sonic 06. That Sonic game. The one that is arguably the worst of them all. And Sonic, as much as I've enjoyed Adventure 1 and 2, has had some stinkers. Yes, we are going into a game that I personally have a lot of fun memories of, and I think many of you do out there as well. So we're going to be combing through all of this in celebration of the release of the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie. If you missed it earlier this week, I played Sonic Adventure 2 for the first time ever. That's a pretty rare feat in 2022. I played Sonic Adventure 1 for the first time in late 2021. Then I went through Sonic Adventure 2 in celebration of the movie. And now, continuing that celebration, we're talking about the biggest stinker for many. So with that, if you're new here, consider subscribing. We have a lot of new retro content on the channel. And with that, let's crack open an original copy for the Xbox 360. I apologize for the sticker game here. Certainly, I'm sure a lot of you understand. I'm not going to bring out the big bucks for Sonic 06. I paid 20 bucks for this at a local game shop. And at the time, this was really in the heat of the pandemic. That was considered a pretty good price to pay because it was going on eBay for like 60 bucks for whatever reason. So with that, let's take a look at the back. This time, speed won't be enough. Really setting the stakes high for this one. Play as Sonic, Shadow, which you did in Adventure 2, or the new Silver, with over 10 action-packed stages and battling 10 formidable bosses. Topple enemies with Sonic's all-new custom moves and upgradable abilities. Then send cars and massive boulders flying with Silver's psychic abilities. And then you can commandeer Shadow's high-powered vehicles through vast action-packed stages. The design of this game, in every way, shape, and form, was 100% the mentality being, let's make Sonic Adventure 3. That was the idea for Sonic 06. And they had a lot of the ideas from Sonic Adventure 1 in Sonic 06. The ones that I really liked, like the hub world, the interchanging characters that you'd play as with their personal story arcs that all connect at the end. Like, there were so many great ideas for this game. It's so sad how it all went. Let's continue opening this original copy of the game. So, as you can see here, disc on the right. Everything about this game, the cover art, the style. From the outside looking in, you wouldn't be a fool to say, well, this feels different. This has got some energy to it. So, of course, we got to take a look at the manual, grade it. Nothing on the back, no promotion, nothing at all. Nothing from Sega. They're like, this will be fine on its own. Well, foolish move there. And it's black and white. Oh, no. But it does have the character controls for all the different vehicles that you can get in. Sadly, these controls will not save you when you get into how the game handles. But it goes into all the characters. Amy, Rouge, E123, Omega, not Gamma, Miss Gamma, Blaze the Cat. Blaze the Cat actually has quicker missions, by the way, than Sonic, which is, again, a testament to how weird this game is. There's battle mode for multiplayer. This, again, really in a lot of ways was supposed to be Sonic Adventure 3. So that's the complete in-box copy. That's what you get if you pull it off the store shelves back in 06 when it came out. Now, a personal story, and then onto the game. So my first encounter with Sonic 06 is one that I remember really, I'm going to say it again, emphasis, really well. So there I was, young Maddie, first leap into next generation gaming with my PS2, and I didn't really know what to expect with the PS3, but I saw Viking Battle for Asgard, and I saw Sonic the Hedgehog, and I said, okay, I'm game. You know, I had some fond memories of Sonic growing up, specifically from the Genesis games, because as many of you know here on Retro Rebound, I had missed Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I played a little bit of Adventure 1 when I was very young on the Dreamcast, but I was not cognizant enough to recall any of that. I just remember seeing it on the television screen with the Windy Valley mission. Anyway, Ladies and gentlemen, I remember buying my PS3 and waiting all day for the UPS truck to pull up at 6 p.m., like looking out the window, even though I knew what time it was. You know, when you're younger, you're just hoping time itself will accelerate as you keep looking out the window, keep checking the clock, and you don't know really how to occupy yourself to kill that time. So I was just thinking about these games, and I was so excited to put Sonic the Hedgehog in my PS3. I was also waiting on a game called Untold Legends Dark Kingdom. Untold Legends being just a major throwback, I imagine, for many of you. Originally a PSP exclusive Diablo-style game, was then moving over to the PS3 with its newest entry. And I was so excited for some co-op action with that. But Sonic the Hedgehog was the staple. That was the one I was pumped for. And I loved it. I loved it when I played it when I was younger. Did I know any better? Heck no. I did not know what was going on there and why this game was actually really bad. You know, the loading screens and stuff, we have much more patience when we're kids. But, man, I loved this game. I loved the music. I loved the characters. I thought the story, as nonsensical as it was great. Like, there was so much I loved about Sonic 06 growing up. Now, as a young adult, going back to it being what I would consider a game critic, I do a lot of video game reviews, going back to it and experiencing it in all its glory, yeah, it's not pretty, as you've probably heard already, to the point of it being nauseating. The loading screens are abysmal. They're super frequent, so you'll interact with someone, and then it'll do a loading screen, and then the cutscene will load, it'll be another loading screen, and then the mission will start, another loading screen, and then the mission will end, and you're like frozen in place, and then another loading screen. Then the person congratulates you on finishing the mission, another loading screen. It's absurd how many load screens are in this game. Really, really bad. And then you get into the Mach speed stages when you're Sonic and you're just going full force, straight forward, no stopping, nothing like that. You're just going straight, and it's all left, right, and the amount of things you're going to clip into where there was one point when I was replaying this, I was like spiraling in the corner. As you can see here, it's just like, oh my God, like, I guess I fell. Is he okay? What's happening, Sonic? So yeah, these Mach speed stages where you're just running along the beach or wherever is Sonic, not great. That's where this game really stumbles in my eyes. You know, I think you can forgive older games as someone who's very retro driven. I can forgive older games for technical hurdles, even Sonic 06. Like, yes, it's a tragedy, but I can look past frequent loading screens and appreciate the novelty of something. I'll be honest. It's not something I would go out and tell everyone to go buy, but I can appreciate that. So I'm looking at Sonic 06 from the perspective of someone who wants to love it like I did when I was a kid. But the speed for this game, after going through Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, which I think they have a real strong grasp on the speed that works for Sonic, where there are moments where you're hitting the dash pads and you're going around loops and you are going fast, but you're never going so fast that things feel out of control, kind of like they did in moments with Sonic Unleashed, to some extent a little bit less Sonic Generations. But with Sonic 06, with those Mach speed stages, that's where I went, they don't seem to get it. And then I was going through the 3D stages where the game was dropping frames as I'm just doing homing attacks on like 2 enemies in a row, and I'm thinking, wow, the tech part of things aren't holding up to allow for this speed. And then you get to the Blaze stages where things are way quicker, and I think, well, maybe it's just the way the Sonic levels were designed, because in the first mission you go around a loop and it's like, okay, you're through now. It's like this 5-second thing, which may not sound like a big deal, but in Sonic, that is agonizing amount of time to be going around a loop-de-loop. It's not okay. And again, when you see like Blaze just flying through stages, hitting the bounce pads like boom, 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 you're like, wait, what is this speed? This is the Sonic I signed up for, but this isn't even Sonic. The game's design inherently makes zero sense. And when you don't even factor in other nonsensical things, like when you hit a bounce pad and Sonic's just throwing his chest at it, like he's not dashing or spitting, he's just sometimes throwing his head at things. It's a really weird video game. But I'd be lying if underneath all of that, the charm, the ambitions, the unfair hand that Sonic Team was dealt when they had to put this game out for the holidays, so they literally put out a game that was 50% complete. Underneath all of these issues, there's something I like about this game. We didn't even talk about the silver boss fight. I probably should have mentioned that in my little rant, but I think we all know the origin story of it's no use. Take this.
It's no use.
just kills you constantly. Like, you'll just get held up out of nowhere. He'll hit you. You'll be like, okay, I dropped my rings. I'll pick him back up. And as you're standing up, he grabs you again. The game is broken. It's completely broken. But even in those moments, those trying moments, it's like many Sonic games where if you know all of the problems it has and how to navigate those problems and kind of just take a straight shot through all the good stuff, there's something I do like about Sonic 06. And again, I think it's because of the DNA of Sonic Adventure 1 being in this game, right? Solana, this main city you're in and you're exploring, you're seeing people there. I look at that and I think, as always with this game, what could have been, right? I look at that and think, man, you know, this was a cool little hub world that kind of expanded, you know, for all the loading screens that game has. Solana, until you enter a new stage, doesn't have any. So, by the way, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Is it Solana? I think it's Solana, but doesn't matter. Point being is, as I was navigating that area, I was thinking, man, this was a great little hub space a la Sonic Adventure 1. I could have seen them building off of that in a really unique way. And I think of the music in these stages. One of my favorite parts about the Sonic franchise, more than the gameplay, the music in Sonic is so fire. And you hear the epic music for Silver stages, for Shadow stages, for Sonic stages in 06, and then the speed you're going at, and the length of these stages. I mean, people complained about the Sonic Unleashed Werehog stages. Some of these stages in 06 are long. Like when you're going through as Silver and you're just using the telekinesis attacks on everything. Yeah, it's not ideal, and it's not matching the epic pounding music that's there. I look at games like Sonic Unleashed, which nowadays when I go on YouTube, because I've been playing more Sonic and I'm engaging in more Sonic content, it's getting more recommended to me. I'm seeing often that like Sonic Unleashed is the definitive modern Sonic game, and maybe we'll do a retrospective of that on this channel. But for me, when I went back and played it late last year as well, this was a game that I thought was not great, but I think because it had some of the ideas that the original adventure games had in some respects, that people really liked it because, you know, it tried to tell a story. It was trying to do a lot of things. And I've always been confused why Sonic 06 never felt that same energy from some fans, because granted, it's completely broken, but nowadays, 16 years later, I think we can move past the technical part and look at the game's pros and go like, okay, I can see what they were going for here, and there is some charm. But no one has relinquished that to Sega, and I understand why. But it got so bad that this game was destructive to the whole series. Sonic stopped experimenting. It got very comfortable, and Sega never wanted to go through what happened to this guy again. Now I'm hoping with Frontiers, they'll get a little bit more risky with things, because now Sonic's back on top, right? He's being loved in the theaters. He's selling well. People are pro Sonic. You know, you look at the changes they made from the original Hedgehog to the current one that we see in theaters, and how people are really rallying in favor of Sonic. They wanted him to succeed, and he is now. So I do think that there is a lot of love for Sonic that will push his games to another level. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about controls while reflecting on Sonic 06. This is one thing I just can't excuse. This game feels horrible at times to control, because even things like homing attacks, when I know the first level of Sonic 06 like the back of my hand, because again, I have to admit, yeah, I didn't play a lot of Adventure 1 and 2 growing up, but man, did I play a lot of Sonic 06. And as someone who, like, again, knows it like the back of my hand, I'm trying to zip through this level as quick as I can, and the game just doesn't allow me. Like, there are moments where the controls are sluggish, especially the handling of, like, the snowboard levels. You're like, God, man. You look at Sonic Adventure 2 and how it opens up in this iconic way where you're just riding down these big hills, and the speed the game's going at that's controllable, but also very fun and fast. And then you look at Sonic 06's glacial level snowboarding, which I know, pardon the pun, but you look at something like that, you're like, holy hell, man, this is crazy. Now, obviously, I've had a lot to say about the gameplay for Sonic. We got to talk about the story for 06 as well, because there's some crimes in here, like actual crimes. Like, I'm talking adults being interested on a romantic level with Sonic in the Windows background, right? The screensaver. Look at this. What is this cutscene, man, where Sonic's getting patched up by this woman and they're falling in love, and he's like, you just gotta run. Hilariously, in a thematic way, advocating running from your problems is okay, which is not, in my opinion, a good thing. So even the writing on a deep level is just, it makes no sense. But this relationship is terrible. I don't know who thought, even with everything that I think is charming about this game, who greenlit this and went, ship it. We want Sonic to be romanceable. No, we don't. No, we don't. He's young and he's a hedgehog. He's an animal. This is a human. We don't want this. So yeah, that on the story front alone is crazy as he's playing the hero for her. So then Silver shows up and he's like, I'm looking for the Iblis trigger, and that's you. And the reason he believes that that's the Iblis trigger is literally because Mephiles told Silver that was who the Iblis trigger was. When the Iblis trigger is like this giant monstrosity that you fight later in the game, you're like, how did Silver mix these two up, man? Like, I love Silver. Like, I love the idea of literally Trunks from Dragon Ball inside the Sonic universe, this time-traveling hedgehog. Like, the concept of Silver is awesome. The music for Silver is great. I love the voice actor for Silver. Like, there's so much about Silver that works. And again, I'm going to toss out my Galaxy Brain theory of Sonic Adventure 3 should have been Sonic actually died in the hero story. Shadow was the main protagonist. And then Silver is introduced in Adventure 3 to save Sonic from ever dying in the first place, because they need them for the future in this Iblis trigger-like scenario. A little bit of Sonic 06 energy, but I love that fan theory. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gassing myself up here, but like, this is what should have happened in the Sonic canon. And it's so funny because for those who know nothing about me, like, I don't do fan theories at all. The fact that Sonic brought this out of me disgusts me. It really does. But clearly there's something there. But yeah, overall, Sonic 06 is a game that has gone down in infamy. And I want to make sure that for those of you who are like me and do have a little bit of faith in this game in some way, shape, or form, you do know that there is a fan-made remake happening for Sonic 06. It's called Sonic P06, and it's by an Argentinian programmer named Chaos X. And what's really interesting about this is there are levels that are already available for this remake, and people love it. And what's even crazier is that this programmer never even played Sonic 06. Like, they're just remaking it from a design front and making it way better. Again, there are levels that are available, and this is one I'm keeping my eye on because I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, this is the Sonic 06 we wanted. Like, this obviously won't fix the story, but the gameplay can pull you through a Sonic game. And there's plenty of demos. Like, late last year, they dropped a demo with Shadows levels that you could check out. So you can actually go look it up and play this fan-made remake right now. And what's awesome is this isn't going to be some type of Disney Star Wars effect. Sega loves this stuff. Think of Sonic Mania, right? This was like a fan team that ended up making an official Sonic game. Sega is for this type of stuff. Like, they are all for the remake. They know that they damaged Sonic themselves, so they're letting their fans just carry the weight for them. And if there's anything I would love to see with Sonic 06 on an official front is, obviously, if this ends up happening and it's great, them re-releasing the game and putting like actual budget into it. But if that's not enough, then just a next-gen upgrade for this, getting it running properly, could alleviate so many problems with the game. But I could go on. Just overall, Sonic 06 will always go down as one of my most frustrating flops because as a kid, I loved it. Growing up, you realize its issues and you're like, oh, this is not what I remembered it was like, man. Come on. It kills me. But there's still something deep within that I just enjoy. And I do think that is, as you've probably been able to tell throughout this whole video, is pure nostalgia, right? It's just me sitting here going, oh, remember this, remember this, remember this, and just living 16 years ago, effectively, when I'm playing the game. That's the one sole route to enjoyment here. But hopefully P06 can fix all that. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you like me? Do you have a little bit of love deep down for Sonic 06, even with all its problems? Let me know. I'm looking forward to certainly reading the thoughts in the comments down below on this one. So do fire away. And with that, I'll catch all of you on the next Retro Rebound. Peace out.